Well, we've made it this far, so far in life. Picked up myself, I ran down because I was ready for another one. I've only made it so far in the modding and taping stuff. I still have, I only made it about 2 feet, a little more than 2 feet on each side. And right now, taking a moment like a break, because boss said take a moment like a break, eat something, you know, move the ladder. Hurricane, high gravity, be bold, be smooth, be powerful, be hungry. Pick this up from
On the Media is supported by Indeed, committed to helping
Corporate Death Burger.
quality candidates. Indeed's Instant Match searches through millions of resumes to deliver candidates who fit the job.
And I'll never look back.
More at Indeed.com/credit. And offering 7 different mattresses, including the Sofa Classic.
I'll never look back.
With 2 layers of coils designed to provide comfort.
Just listening to some NPR. Hungry as a dog. Watching some more like a bit. Blind Boys. Blind Boys 3 Mouths. Watch some, what was about it?
More information online at dorsey.com. The path to knowing who her father is was a remarkable one for Danny Shapiro, and it resulted in a best-selling memoir called Inheritance.
Mary Jane stopped by.
Listen podcast called Family Secrets. Now, Shapiro is coming to Talking Volumes with a delicious new novel about a family living in the shadow of a tragedy. We have so many questions for Danny.
And he's catching him with the cheeseburger, charbroiled. He's charbroiling him. He's got a hurricane on the left.
Polls show the majority of Americans want abortion to be legal in some form. The majority of Americans actually support legalizing medical marijuana.
Most Americans want to see
Fuck medical marijuana. Going full blown.
Why doesn't anything happen?
Do whatever you want with
Because
it.
the minority seem to rule. And is there anything Americans can do about it? We'll ask the tough questions on the next All Things Considered from NPR News.
Throw some charbroiled.
All Things
We got
Considered.
2 charbroileds coming up on them.
Here on NPR News. Wisconsin also featured on today's show. Polls show that more than 70% of Wisconsinites are worried about climate change. We'll hear why there's been so little legislative action on this issue there.
Because they don't want it.
This is On the Media. I'm Brooke Gladstone. In 2019, HBO presented a documentary in 4 parts called The Case Against Adnan Syed, produced by Rabia Chaudhry. Her closeness to both the family
I'm guessing by the end of the night,
relentless pursuit of
I'm guessing it's going to be about 2 o'clock at this rate.
made her part of the story. And of course, so were Adnan's family
That's
and
right.
friends, and his accusers.
Oh, right home.
So also were
Oh,
Haley
yeah.
and her friends, and glimpses
Oh,
of her
right
family
home.
too.
Oh,
This
woman.
interview also has some actual news. One of the things you did in the HBO series that I so admired was to really give voice to Heyman Lee. It was enormously lucky that she kept a diary.
Mary Jane stopped by
Amy
right before this.
found what
She
I
had some
really
munchies.
hope was the right kind of voice to read it.
This book is open to those whose heart is innocent.
So, the boss said take a moment like a break.
You should stop.
Eat something.
It really placed her at the center of the tale with Adnan for as long as it could.
Dedicated to those who I love and love me back.
Run down.
Do love and remember me forever.
Grab yourself a
Since I
hurricane.
always love you all.
Yeah, you know, when I saw
And then
that
I saw-
episode, it just left me weeping and just reeling because, you know, when Amy found this narrator that she thought would work, she checked with Hayes' friends.
Then I saw Pink Panther with Steve Martin, who's in New York trying a burger for the first time.
Also seeing it
He's like-
to life and seeing them both as like
Anyway.
high school kids. Amy brought them both back to life in that time.
Are you look to butt
It's
down
still
that guy?
goosebumps.
Anyway,
It's
so
been
then
so hard to give
forgot what I was
Amy
saying.
a voice, and I thought that was a brilliant decision on her part.
At the most recent hearing, Heyman Lee's younger
That's all right.
brother said, "This isn't a podcast for me. It's a nightmare."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Have you spoken with the Lee family?
Look, we have
catching them with charbroiled.
For us to reach out would be really inappropriate. It could look like we're somehow pressuring them or intimidating. It's just a bad idea to do it. However, me and others have publicly said many times.
I was sitting up at my mom's today,
Our doors
hanging out
are
with
closed.
Mary
We
Jane.
would love to sit down and go through the case with them.
She had this radio station on, and this song came on called Young Gravy by Young Gravy.
State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, me,
And we started laughing, and we're like, who the
on Monday,
Young Gravy?
and
Is this
after
like
meeting
Weird
with
Al
the
or something?
center,
Started
I'm a
laughing.
liaison with the Lee family. I know how difficult this is going to be for them. I mean,
Hurricane.
I can't imagine. I said, do you have a liaison that you can reach
Slow
out to
motion.
and say, listen, we're here to talk also.
Charbroil.
We, us family,
Charbroil.
are close to Adnan.
Charbroil.
And she said they
Charbroil. Here comes the hurricane. Boom!
but the victim's family had to decide whether they wanted to do
Slow
that.
mo.
Sarah Koenig tried to
Boom.
contact the family, and she couldn't either. There was something that you said in the documentary that I feel bears repeating. That clinging to Adnan
Up a malt liquor. Up a malt liquor.
denies Hay justice. You know, there's a rape kit that maybe should be tested. There's
Ford versus Ferrari. Chevy wins.
on a bunch of objects and a couple of names. Is there any hope that Hay's case can be reopened for real by people who go
For
on
real.
a track that does not automatically fall on the easy to accuse ex-boyfriend?
A lot of times in these kinds of cases, when there is an exoneration,
Holy Crisco Malty.
the state will just decline to investigate further. They literally just close the case and move on, and it's really traumatic for the family. There's no closure for the victim. There's also, in many ways, no closure for the person who is exonerated because they don't even
Charbroil.
whose crime they serve time for, right? This case is different. The state's attorney has announced that they have an active homicide.
This kid's a fighter. He's Southpaw. He's
The case, there's
goofy fun.
DNA. Beyond the DNA, there's other evidence. I can tell you this: the things that they told us about, the suspects are looking at in the motion, is probably a fraction of the evidence they've actually gathered. I actually anticipate that there will be an arrest in this case, probably before the end of the year.
Wow. There was a book, a huge podcast.
Looks like we're going 10 rounds.
A documentary, lots of pressure and goodwill. But none of
Storm brewing in the
them
distance.
free Adnan. They don't make those decisions. So what did?
What made the difference in this case is that this is a state's attorney who already has established a track record of prioritizing exonerations and sentence justice reform. State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby years ago
And reach. And stretch.
review unit,
Reach, pull.
integrity review unit, which look at people who are sentenced too harshly and that look at people who might be innocent. She's only one of two prosecutors in the entire state of Maryland that has done this, and one of very few, a handful maybe across the country, maybe a dozen. She's already exonerated 12 people. And the sentencing review unit, she hired an attorney named Becky Feldman who worked with the public defender's office.
It's a good charbroil, man. It's a good
It's
charbroil. Day one!
misconduct that occurred in this case. And when our attorney approached Attorney Feldman to say
It's gonna take.
Mom could get resentenced if nothing else under this.
It's gonna take some time and money.
Looked at this case a year ago and started investigating. She was the one who came back and said, resentencing might not be justice for it.
Anyway.
Because I think this might be an innocence case. And nobody could have predicted that.
I grabbed myself some Fu Manchu CD.
One each about Adnan and Hay. You mentioned that it's possible
Sing of the
that
road.
this case could be resolved within a year.
I'm getting out of here.
This year.
Within this year. I've heard tell of a
I'm taking
possible
Fiona Apple with me. What's up,
There
guys?
were two suspects
Drink
who
some
were
malt liquor.
in the motion that was filed last week for the state, and they both seem like to be returned. There's testing that hasn't been completed, but I think they anticipate that'll happen in the next month or two.
Are these people that
Damn you, Fiona Apple.
or are they new?
If you know the case well enough, you probably.
It's raining. All hell is breaking loose finally. You just saw it.
The other one is unlikely.
It's the power of malt liquor hurricane.
This other person is suspect. But having said that, I also
Fuck myself. Malt liquor.
on